My name is Baryalai Rahimi, and I'm one of the Afghan community background in Australia, and I migrated to Australia in 1991. Lived in Western Australia for a year or two, then moved to Melbourne. I'm father of 5 children, and all the kids grown up in Australia, in Melbourne actually, in Australia and Melbourne. And the majority of them finish uni, and they are working, and for the last 10, 11 years I'm running the Afghan Pamir Restaurant. Before that, I work in overseas under the UN umbrella with IRC, International Rescue Committee, for the Afghan refugees, as well as when I came to Melbourne, I worked 3-4 years with a migrant resource center in Dandenong as a temporary protection visa worker, as well as working as an employment service officer in a community business employment program. I've taken part in a Melbourne Food and Wine Festival for the last 3 years in Southeastern region, which was very good, successful, and very good feedback from the customer. In the meantime, I'm doing lots of volunteer work for the Afghan community in Southeastern region. And however, there's lots of Afghan settled in Southeastern region, and they need a lot of work to be done with them.
I rise today to pay tribute to a highly regarded local institution, which is the Afghan Pamir Restaurant and its owner, Baryalai Rahimi. Rahimi, as is known to many, has operated his restaurant in the Dandenong area for over 10 years. Now, one thing about Rahimi that I know that many people don't, but I'm sure that doesn't surprise those that know him, is his extraordinary generosity. Most nights, very quietly and without any fuss, he feeds a number of Dandenong's homeless. Not leftovers at the end of the night, but a hearty meal, plated up and served with respect and understanding. I don't believe he's ever turned away someone in need.
Mr. Rahimi is a real character and a real, I suppose, example of a real successful multicultural story in Dandenong. He came here with virtually nothing, and he's built a business, and more than that, he's built a place where the community meets and where you can get good food and good companionship. He's been a great supporter of mine over the years, and we've had fundraisers there, we've had dinners for my office and for my family, and not only has the food always been good, but we've always been welcomed that we're friends, and I really appreciate that.
My name's Tim Holding, and I'm the Member of Parliament for Lyndhurst, and I've known Rahimi since before I was elected to Parliament back in 1999. I visited his restaurant many times, I've met his family, he's been a great supporter of the Labor Party in the community, and he's also worked really, really hard to provide great opportunities for newly arrived Afghan community members here in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne. Of course, his restaurant, Pamir Afghan Restaurant, is one of the most famous restaurants in Melbourne. If you want good Afghan food, you need go no further than Pamir Afghan Restaurant. It's featured as part of the Food and Wine Festival here in Melbourne. It's had some of our best celebrity chefs presenting at it, and of course Rahimi's recipes bought from Afghanistan are just absolutely superb. He's worked incredibly closely with newly arrived Afghan migrants to help them settle in Melbourne and to make sure that, that all the services that they need to start their new lives are available to them. And he's just a wonderful, friendly, honest, family-focused guy and a real gentleman. His family are a credit to him. Their studies at university have shown that they've really made a wonderful life for themselves here in Australia. It's a great pleasure to have an opportunity to talk about someone that I think so highly of, and someone who's done such great work in this local community, supporting our newly arrived Afghan migrants and providing a wonderful culinary experience that all of us who've eaten at Pamir Afghan Restaurant will never forget.
My name is Shahina. I'm working last 7 years in Afghan Pamir Restaurant. Rahimi, he's taking care of every staff as his children, as his own child or his own son or daughter. Whoever coming to this restaurant, everybody's happy. He's always trying to help for every single person in the whoever, even it's in the restaurant, in the community, or any people who came in the outside, he always taking care of every single person. He has done a great job with Afghan community. He was helping the homeless person, refugee. He's also working with refugee people as well. And he helped, anything in his life, he's teaching us from A to Z. Whoever is a business side or is a life side, he's always trying to help us.
The new arrival community, they need settlement, they need assistance with to get to the language center, to go to the Centerlink, go to the housing department and transportation. All these things a new family require till they settle, and the kids need to go to school, need a lot of advice, for the children where to go, which school to go, which is the closest area for the English courses, this type of thing, they need it. I've got one suggestion for the whole Australian community, for the whole migrant background people. When we are coming to this country, this is our country. This is what we raise up our kids, our children, our future generation. We have to bring all the positive culture to this country. Of course, every community has got different culture back there in their country, but we need to bring a very, very positive culture in this country to live peacefully, side by side, together, and build up Australia.